what it means to have, equal match fees. Is this something you all thought about? Is this something you felt was a big thing? Is this something that you wanted to happen while you guys were playing?
Fast bowler, the opener.
No, captain should start, na? Captain should start. Others will follow.
So I think it's a huge step. It's I've said in numerous interviews the past 2 days that it's like a milestone in Indian women's cricket, and also globally, because as many know that from where women's cricket has come, and it has evolved into a sport now where there's so many talented players coming up. The team has been doing well in the last 4 5 years, since 2017. I mean, many of you have become part of the fan base of women's cricket. Globally also, the women's cricket has gained popularity. There is a huge growth. So I think it has come in the at the right time. And if we aim to see women's cricket come to a level where today men's cricket is, this is the step in that direction. And in terms of young girls who are looking to take up cricket as a profession for their parents, this is like a confidence, and it shows faith that this career option can be a sustainable one, where a girl who's passionate to play cricket can aim to spend all her energy, time, investing into turning this profession as a career, and not necessarily have to go out in search of jobs tomorrow, because it's by having the same match fees, it's in a way saying that you the sport can sustain you. It can be a sport that you can look after your family, you can invest into your own training in terms of resources and facilities. So I think overall it is a huge step in the right direction.
And what does the fast bowler have to say?
Well, what she said, definitely I'm not going to say same thing, but I'll say in another way. I feel that this movement will have a lot of impact in our society, because we come from such background. Sports has always been a secondary, as a child, a girl child. So now people will start thinking in a different way. That people will start say that you go and play any kind of sports, any kind of event, must go and play. But this is a one small step towards the gender equality. And the second thing, in India, a lot of others events are going on, but unfortunately all those events, that counterparts, they don't get same amount of facilities. Fortunately, we get that kind of good facilities. Yes, pay scale probably now we start, but in terms of facilities, a lot of others women's team did not get that kind of facilities. Probably this decision what BCCI have taken, it will give all other federation to give them same amount of respect and same amount of facilities, and it will help Indian sporting culture. I think it's a huge step, and definitely must thanks to BCCI and all of them. And this thought was going on since long time. Both of us had done a lot of conversation, but everything takes time, and this is the right time I found.
Indeed, one of the things that you just mentioned was where you actually spoke about a lot of young cricketers. But when we would look at women's cricket in general, we would have this particular scene where a lot of cricketers would give up the sport when they were around 19 or 20 years old. Jobs were not easily available. They were very talented, and they would play it while they were in school or in college. But when it came to becoming a choice of, do I play cricket or do I pursue a career, it was always a very difficult choice, because women's cricket in India was pretty much an amateur sport of sorts. You don't really get paid as much as perhaps for the kind of effort that you put in. So when you people were playing, was there ever a consideration of what to do if not cricket?
Well, I think that thought probably would have crossed all of us at some point, and just not us as players, but even our parents. Because see, at some point, cricket for girls for a long time was not we were not able to sustain ourselves because there was absolutely no money. So even if we were national cricketers, most of the help financially that we got were from our parents' pocket. Or like, I'm employed with railways, and Jhulan is employed with Air India. So prior to BCCI, adopting women's cricket, these are the two institutions which offered jobs. And Indian Railway still is the only institution now which is still offering jobs to the women cricketers. I think other than this outlet, there is no other way that a girl can continue to play cricket and sustain also, if she is not from an affluent family. Say if they are from a lower middle class, where or from say, such a background where the entire family is dependent on them, then they are forced to change their field for to look after the parents. But this move has really changed that. And of course, what she rightly said is that in a way, now the society looks at women's cricket with a lot of respect. That is also something so important. It comes with all these decisions. Um and I think, like, as you also said, that there were many talented players who probably could have extended their careers, or we could have had far better pool of players with had we had similar match fees in the past, or in some way, there had but then it started slowly, yes, coming under BCCI. Things started to change, and if you're looking at change, it doesn't happen overnight. Everything takes time. There is no sport in the history which where the women are started on say on par with men. Even women's tennis, when it started, it was nowhere close to men's tennis. Over a period of time, that the women's tennis also has grown. So similarly, women's cricket has its own journey as a sport. The evolution of it is very different from men's cricket, and people should view it as a different sport and not constantly compare it, like, acha, in men's cricket the central contract is so much, women's cricket ka nahi hai, or match fees utna nahi hai. These were the talks in the past, but slowly I think now things are changing for better, and this is sort of an example that, as Julian said, a lot many other federations or organizations can take a leaf from and try to promote women's sport. Unless and until you promote and start somewhere, you cannot take it further. The process of growth has to go on, has to continue.
Indeed, Julian, when you have a reputation of being somebody who just put the hand around the shoulder of the younger player and sort of get them going and give them this kind of support they needed. When you saw a youngster sort of thinking about walking away from the sport, what would you tell them? How would you sort of try and get through to them? What sort of argument would you make to try and keep them in the sport?
It was difficult to explain to them that some people used to say, why should I play cricket? I'm talking about cricket because I am related to cricket. So some people said, why should I play cricket? What I'll get? Somebody's parents keep have argue with me that why should I give my kids to into the cricket? For what reason? You are not going to get anything. Only that one government job, and that's not enough today's life. So there's no nothing is there. Yes, love, affection, passion, everything is different, but apart from that, today's world, you need to survive, and you need a everybody wants to stay in a decent amount of luxury today. So my daughter will not get all those things. So it's quite tough to explain them, because when you saw the few girls in coming to the academy, they have such talented girls, but after a certain point of time, their parents said, no, it's fine. uh, I just put my daughter to into the sports, but we don't want to give her that much time for sports. My daughter will go back to study, and we have to support her in that, because we feel cricket में उतना ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं जो हमें चाहिए. So these are the things always there, but I'm glad that things are getting changed. Probably we thought that everything will change overnight. It will not happen. That process was there. That process was pretty slow earlier, but now obviously that pay scale will come up, future will get definitely central contract will come up. And now in coming year, women's IPL, so they have something other option also there. If you're not able to, because only few girls will play for India, what about the rest of the girls, what they will earn? And domestic cricket, we don't going to earn that amount of money. You have to rely on railway job, because at this moment railways only give those security. What about the others girls, what about their security? Yes, there is a women's, if there is women's IPL start next year, definitely that will be huge bonus for upcoming budding cricketers. To they will come and they'll take the sports as a professionally, and that is an important thing. And when that revolution happen, you will see the growth of women's cricket, particularly in our country, because everybody understands this event. Everybody know how to play, when to play, what to do. You do not need to explain them to how to play, but
Mm.
us just give them little bit of nice platform, nice touch up things. And I think in future definitely it will pick next level.